Hello, welcome to Flower Juice. My name's John McDonald, and today we're going to make an arrangement that's going to be a little bit fun. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to use basically something that's rubbish. So in a house, we've got lots of different containers, these kind of strong plastic ones. We're constantly throwing them away. So is there something that we could do with it? Well, I had one that was from our liquid washing detergent, and I took a knife to it and just had a little bit of a sculpt. So I've created this container. So I really wanted to just create a space and make it quite interesting, and I think this is a little bit fun. So the flowers that I've got is a few little chrysanthemum blooms, a couple of dahlias, and just a couple of carnations. And for our base, we're going to use this pin holder. So I've got one of these pin holders, and it's really just nice and heavy, which is what we need. And actually, to add a little bit more weight, I'm going to put some stones into the base. So these were just stones from the garden, and yet they are quite decorative as well. And the thing is, once you've collected a few nice stones, you can just keep them and use them for adding weight to containers, or just adding as a base, or adding as a decorative feature as well. And now we can add a little bit of water to our area here. So we've got an interesting container, we've got an interesting base, and we can look at what we want to do. So I wanted to use these. So this is a little bit like medallino, and this is really just a kind of cane. And I would have liked another one of these, but I don't know where I've put them. But straight away we can start to add our medallino and make interesting shapes. Now with a pin holder, if you want, you can just push down with a knife to get your material to sit on the actual pins. That works quite well. So the great thing with this kind of medallino is you can use it to add detail where you might not have had much detail. And we're going to put this in first so that it's essentially adding to our container. But this is how it comes. It just comes in like a pack, and you can make as much or as little of it as you wish. So we could even add it in pieces like this. But we've created something that's quite interesting, I think, which is essentially capturing space. And I think if you're going to use a container like this, you either want to make it so you know it's that container, or you want to make it into something totally different. So I think we've got something that looks totally different. And now we can think about adding our flowers. So I've got these nice carnations. And again, as I say, you can use the back of your knife just to help position these. And the good thing about using a knife is you can get a nice clean cut as well. So I'm just taking off any material that is a little bit damaged or a little bit sad. And this is really the last of our dahlias, which is a shame. It's got to the end of the season, and they've been so good, but really we're now at that point where they're not as strong, they're not as big. but we've had a lot of good flowers off them. So now they're not quite as strong. What we can do is we can use them short. So even just taking this flower out, I can use this as a piece of foliage. But I don't really want to create this full of greenery. It's just going to clutter the look. I want it to be more floral. And even we can go low with our flower. So again, bringing that feeling of bringing the flowers into that space. So essentially our container is only this size, but we're making something that's a lot bigger. And then our lovely chrysanthemum blooms. And I just like these because they have a different colour, a different style, and yet they tone in quite nicely. So the chrysanthemum is an autumn flower. Really, we could say that the Dahlia is like an autumn flower as well. So in a way, they work very well together. And I'm just going to use a little bit of foliage just down into the back there. And this is an aspidistra leaf. So I've just folded that over. And we can just put that down into there. And there we go. We've got quite a funky little arrangement that is recycling a container. Now, you could take a container like this and you could spray it, you could add a different decor on top, but it gives you an interesting aspect of what you could do with it. And using these canes, the medallino and the cane, we've created some open space into the design and made something that's quite fun and quite funky. So I hope you've enjoyed today's design. If you have, then click here to subscribe. Tap the bell and you'll get notifications of all our new content. And join us on Facebook as well, where we share different things as well. So thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you soon.